Kristina. I'm one of the social media chairs for Club Med Virtual, and I am also a Kaplan student brand ambassador. And what I'm here for today is just, talking to you guys about Kaplan and the test prep resources that Kaplan has to offer. So I guess for those of you who don't know anything about Kaplan, Kaplan is a test prep company that offers test prep for graduate entrance exams and college entrance exams, such as the SAT and the ACT. But for us, we're focused on the graduate entrance exams, which are MCAT, DAT, PCAT, GRE, GMAT, etc. So since Club Med Virtual is a health focused or a medical healthcare field focused group, we're going to talk today about the health related or healthcare related test prep. But to keep it simple, just because there's a variety, there's the MCAT, there's the PCAT, there's DAT, etc. We're going to keep it simple and focus on the MCAT. But I do want you to keep in mind that these test prep resources that I'll be talking about, they're not just offered for the MCAT, So if you are studying for the DAT, there's free test prep resources that are offered for the DAT. If you're studying for the PCAT, we also have free test prep resources that are offered for the PCAT. So when I'm going through and just kind of showing you guys how to register for the pop quiz, you don't have to enter the MCAT if you're not studying for the MCAT, right? So you can enter PCAT if you're studying for the PCAT, or DAT if you're studying for the DAT. So I just want you to keep that in mind, that it's not just MCAT focused, right? But I'm going to make it seem as if it is, just because for presentation purposes. I hope that makes sense to everyone. And of course, if anything does not make sense, or if you have any questions while I'm speaking, don't hesitate to let me know. Feel free. So if anyone wants to turn their cameras on, or just talk in the chat, or even turn their mics on, feel free to do so. I don't mind. But if you want to keep your cameras off, I totally understand, because I'm probably that one person that, if I don't have to, I don't turn on my camera. So don't even worry about it. But I do want you guys to ask any questions if you feel like you don't understand anything, okay? So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and start doing screen share. I hope everyone can see my screen. If you can't see my screen, just let me know. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the smartest way to prep is with Kaplan. Of course, Kaplan's going to say that, right? So let's go on to the next slide. So let's talk about what the Kaplan partnership with Club Med Virtual, what that brings to the table, what kind of benefits that brings to all the members involved, right? So one of the discounts that Club Med Virtual receives from Kaplan by being a partner of Kaplan is the member discount. It's a 10% off of our Kaplan courses. So like I said, it doesn't have to be an MCAT course. And we'll be talking about course options in the next coming slides. But this is one of the discount codes that members can use towards the Kaplan courses that we do offer. And this is redeemable by going to captest.com or calling. I would suggest, if you do want to use this code, I would suggest that you do call 1-800-CAPTEST to redeem the code. And it's actually, you can use Club 10, but I'd suggest you use WSU 10 because it's specific to Wayne State. So I think this would work too. And in addition to that, executive board members also receive 25% off of the Kaplan courses. So that's another discount that Club Med Virtual receives from being a partner of Kaplan. And last but not least, since we're talking about discounts and benefits, study guide. So by being a Kaplan partner, there is a MCAT. So this is an MCAT focused study guide. It's actually called a quick sheet. And since you guys are attending today's session, what I'm going to do is, after we take attendance, I'm going to go ahead and individually send everyone the MCAT study guide. It's called a quick sheet, but I refer to it as a study guide just because it's a study guide. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that study guide looks like. I'm sure some of you are already familiar with it from last year's session, but this is a 24-page long quick sheet, and it's divided into 4 different sections, just like the MCAT is divided, right? And it's not comprehensive by any means, right? It's just going to contain general information that you should be familiar with for the MCAT, such as definitions, pathways, laws. I think you get the gist. So, like the parasympathetic system, what type of neuron pathways are involved and what targets they stimulate. It's very visual, which is what I personally love about it. And it's colorful. I like colors. So it's not boring, right? So it's 24 pages long, like I said. So that was the psych section. This is biochem. So one of the things that you should be familiar with for the MCAT is amino acids. So memorize your amino acids, and what better way to do it than using this quick sheet, right? So like I said, this is 24 pages long, and it's divided into 4 different sections. It's kind of long, actually, for a study guide, right? Anyways, so like I said, since you guys are attending today's session, everyone will be receiving the study guide sometime during this week. So that's the study guide. And then pop quiz. So there's a free pop quiz for whichever test that you would like to receive that pop quiz for. So I'm going to go ahead and have everyone get on this website, or you can scan this QR code. It's still going to take you to the same website. So if you want to do the extra work, you can go ahead and copy and paste, or you can scan the QR code. And I'm just going to walk you guys step by step on how to register for a free pop quiz. It's pretty simple, but if you guys have any questions while I'm going through it, just feel free to stop me. I'm going to stay on this slide for a moment so everyone can copy the link or scan it. Just let me know if it doesn't work. I think it should work. I tested it before the meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and go on the website. Let me know if I need to go back, if someone hasn't scanned it yet. So what you're going to do is you're going to enter your first name, your last name, your email. So I would suggest you use your personal email, just because you're always going to have that email, right? But when you graduate from Wayne State, you will not have access to your Wayne State email, right? So if you don't kind of save that PDF of the study guide that I'll send, then you're probably going to lose it. So if you don't save it, what I meant to say is, if you don't save the PDF, you're probably just going to use it. But if you do save it, then no need to worry about deciding which email to use. I just suggest that you do use your personal. And then you're going to select your class standing. So if you're a freshman, you're going to select freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and so on. And the reason why you do have to select which class standing you're in is because the pop quiz, it will be geared towards the class standing, right? So if you're a freshman, the level of difficulty for those questions that you'll be seeing, they're not going to be as intense, right? Just because you're still not exposed to enough content. But if you're a senior, the level of difficulty will increase, just because you should have already been exposed to a lot of the content that will be covered on the MCAT. So that's why they ask about which class standing you're in. So I'm going to select senior because I am a senior and I plan on taking the MCAT. So like I said, you don't have to select MCAT if you're not taking the MCAT. You can select LSAT, GRE, GMAT, DAT, OAT, and PCAT. So I'm going to go ahead and select MCAT, and I'm going to go ahead and take the quiz. And then we're going to land on this page. So there is 4 questions, okay? It may seem like it's a little, but for those of you who have already taken a practice MCAT or the real MCAT, whatever it be, you know that most of the questions are passage styled questions. And these questions that you'll be seeing, they are passage styled questions. So they will take some time to read through and understand and give an answer. So we're not going to spend valuable time right now going through these questions because it's probably going to take a while. So I'm going to let you guys do that during your own time. But what I'm going to show you is how the answers are resulted. So you're going to see that it's not just going to provide you with the correct answer. It's going to provide you with a correct answer with an explanation that is pretty detailed. So I'm just going to click through these just to get to the end of it. Oh, interesting. I haven't seen this one yet. In which of the following cases will the normal force on a box be the greatest? You know what? Let's do this for fun. Those of you who want to be challenged on a Wednesday night that have nothing better to do, I wonder if anyone wants to volunteer and give this one a try. Any physics majors or anyone that loves physics? I'm taking physics right now. Let me just tell you, it's not my favorite subject for sure. Let's just put it that way. Whoop. Never mind. I don't know if I gave anyone, I was trying to bring up, oh, there it is. Okay, I was trying to see if anyone entered anything in the chat. Obviously nobody likes physics. Okay, this is Orgo. So if you want explanation, you're gonna go ahead and click on show me the answers. And here it is. So question number one, you're gonna be able to see the question, answer choices, and then you're gonna receive an explanation for why B is the correct answer. So like I said, it's pretty detailed and it's very helpful because you will know how to answer this question when it comes to test day, because chances are these questions will probably appear on the MCAT in one way or another. So here's an explanation for the answer for the second question, third, and the last one. Okay. So that's the pop quiz, and it would work in a similar fashion if you were to select DAT. Okay, you're still going to be receiving 4 questions and you're going to be able to go through them and answer them and receive an explanation to your answer. I hope that makes sense. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to stop me. I have no issues going back or adding more to anything that was said. If there's no questions, I'll go ahead and move on. All right, this is a video. Okay, so let's talk about course options. So what I just discussed was just free prep that Kaplan offers. So Kaplan, like we said, it's a test prep company. So we have different course options for students preparing for graduate entrance exams. So during COVID, I know we're still in COVID times, but when things got really bad, we were forced to get rid of our in-person course offering, but now it's back. So we'll talk about that after. So some of the course options that we offer are test bundle, live online, on demand, and tutoring. Now, what's included in each of those course options varies, and how much they cost also varies based on what each course option consists of, right? But what's important for you guys to know is what type of learning style you have, right? So if you're the type of person that does not need someone to be over your head trying to lecture you, like do this right now, you have this deadline, you got to do it at this date and time and whatnot, if you need that, then you would probably need a live online that has an instructor that gives you deadlines, or tutoring that has a person that tutors you, that keeps you up to speed on whatever you need to learn. If you need that, then those are probably the best course options for you, right? But if you're the type of person that can just do things at your own time, that doesn't need anyone to be over your head like that, then you can do the test bundle or the on-demand course. Okay. Now, if anyone has any questions, specific questions on the course options, then you're more than welcome to scan this QR code and it will link you to an expert that will have questions to any answers that you may have. Answers to any questions that you may have. It's been a long day, guys. All right. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. So in person, like I said, so our in-person prep is back. And I know that it was very difficult for a lot of us to transition. I'm going to go ahead and do presenting to transition to doing online, especially if you need to be present in class to learn the material. I know it was very hard for me to transition just because I really do like going in person and you know, receiving lecture in that way. So you know, if you're better at in-person learning, then we have that, and you are more than welcome to sign up for our in-person course option. And over here, I've included in the Wayne State University area some course offerings and the dates. So our first one that is being offered for in-person, it starts in January and it lasts until March. So there's going to be 16 3-hour sessions with an MCAT expert near you, okay? And you're also going to receive unlimited live online workshops. So these 16 sessions are, you know, condensed within this 2-month or 3-month time frame. So if you have availability only during the weekend, then I would suggest you go with this first, with the one that's that lasts from January to March, because it's going to be on Sundays from 2 to 5 and on Saturdays from 2 to 5. Now, if you need weekdays, if you're busy on the weekends, then you can do the one that starts on Mondays and Wednesdays and lasts from 6 to 9 p.m. Now, it also depends on, are you an evening type of person, right? Because it's an evening class. So either way, you're still going to be receiving 16 3-hour sessions, regardless of which dates you choose. I hope that makes sense. But if you need more, there's also an in-person plus prep package. So this is plus, which means it's more expensive, right? And it includes everything that an in-person package includes, plus 3 hours of one-on-one tutoring. So you're going to get tutoring, and then you're going to get these MCAT foundation of biochem and behavioral sciences and audio review. And in addition to that, you're going to also receive med school admissions help. So you're going to get help on, you know, applications, right? On constructing your essay and things of the sort, personal statement. So that's that. Does anyone have any questions for the in-person prep package and how the dates work and registering?
I have a quick question.
Yes. Whoops.
So how much is the in-person prep package?
Yes, that's a good question. So let's go ahead. I got this ready for us because I knew someone would probably ask that. So let's go to in-person. So in-person, it's $2,899. So this is the regular prep package. It's not the plus prep package, okay? So that's how much it costs. But let's talk about that scholarship code, right? So last year we had we raffled off a scholarship code, which could have been used towards one of our courses. And the scholarship is worth $2,499. You see that? It covers this whole course. Now you would have to pay what, $400 extra for this one? So if someone were to be able to win that scholarship code, then you can apply it to one of our courses. So I think we're going to be running another raffle this semester. So be on the lookout for that, and more to come on that soon. So the in-person course, it's worth $2,899. And then to register for it, you would click on see schedules. So obviously you'd go on captas/MCAT to see the course options that are offered for the MCAT. So if you are interested in receiving the in-person course plus, then you would add the plus. But if you're not, you're going to go not right now. And then here you have it, all the dates. So, you know, our first one, it starts in January. And then we got one that starts in March, and then another one that starts in May. So you can expand on the schedule and you can see more schedules that are offered. So we run throughout the whole year. And then you're going to select whichever one works for your schedule, right? I do want you to look at this one. It's from May to June. You're going to think 1 month. Yes, just because there's sessions 3 times a week, right? Because that makes a difference. So you're still going to have 16 sessions, 16 3-hour sessions, but just more frequently during the week, right? So that's the difference. That's why it's only a month and not like 2 or 3, like the one that I talked about previously. All right. Did that answer
Sounds
your
good.
question? I'm not sure. Yes.
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
Did you have another question?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. And what's your name? I'm sorry. I feel like I used to be more tech savvy. I'm not sure who's talking.
It's Hadir.
Hadir. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so I'll go ahead and exit from this, and then we'll go back to this. All right. So before we get to the next slide, I do want to talk about some policies that Kaplan has in place so you guys can feel confident to sign up for Kaplan's course options. So one of our policies is the highest score guarantee. Okay, so Kaplan's promise to you is that signing up or registering for one of our courses, our hope is that you will do better than you do, so let me explain it this way. So when you first register for your course and, your first or your second session, instructor-led session, you are going to be taking a proctored exam, kind of like the real MCAT, where it's going to set your baseline score. Okay, so we expect that your actual exam day, actual MCAT exam day, we expect that that score will be much better than the one that you than how you scored on the the first or second day of the course that you had with Kaplan, because it just makes sense, right? Because there's going to be some learning that you're going to be doing and you're going to know more, so that means you're going to be able to score better, right? Now if you get a 500, let's say, when you first start our course, and then you get like a 498 on the actual MCAT exam day, that's not right, because that doesn't make sense. Just because it's like you went through this whole course and you didn't even benefit from it, right? Your score actually dropped. That shouldn't happen. And we guarantee that if in case it does happen, if in case you don't do better, you will either receive your money back, you can get your money back, or you can retake the course with us. So this page talks a little bit more in depth than what I just discussed with you. And then, so like I said, so that's option 1. So if you didn't score higher than your baseline, then you get your money back, or you can reactivate the course that you were taking. Now option 2 is you did score higher than your baseline. So say you got a 500 when you first started the course with Kaplan, and then you finish the course with Kaplan, and then you're off and you're taking your actual MCAT, and you score, let's say 503, right? So if you scored a 503, that means you did do better. You increased by 3 points. You increased that score. So Kaplan says that if you do want to retake that actual exam, you can reactivate your course with us for free, right? But you will not receive your money back just because you actually did do better. So that means that Kaplan served its purpose, right? So this is our higher score guaranteed policy, and I hope that made some sense. If anyone has any questions about it, just let me know. I'm also going to add the link so you guys can refer to it after, or save it, bookmark it, whatever you need to do. I'll add it here. Any questions? No questions? Okay. So these sessions, right? So after you sign up for our course, you're going to be attending. If you do, a course option that requires you to attend sessions, right? because like I said, there's 4 to 5 different course options that we offer. So for those course options that do have those sessions, they're instructor-led sessions. And you might think, what's an instructor? You know, what kind of instructor? Is it a professor? Is it a doctor? Is it what? These are individuals that have taken the MCAT and they've needed to score in the 95th percentile in order to teach this information to you guys, which means these are experts in what they're doing. So this is another way of kind of making you guys feel confident in signing up for a course with Kaplan. So you can rest assured that the information that you're receiving and the way that you're being taught, this information is coming from someone that knows what they're talking about, right? So that's that. And I think I covered everything I had to cover. Any questions so far? Again, I do want to remind you, you don't have to take the MCAT. You can take the DAT, you can take the PCAT. Same idea applies to either of those scenarios, right? So you're going to go CapTest/DAT, CapTest/PCAT, and you're going to see course options that are offered for those exams, right? And you're going to also be able to look through different dates and times that are offered for those exams too. Okay, so I'm a Kaplan student brand ambassador, right? And what I'm doing right now is just, sharing informational resources with you guys, sharing free prep, talking more about Kaplan. So that's what I do as an SBA. Now, I'm a senior and I will be graduating this upcoming spring. We just got 2 new Kaplan student brand ambassadors on the Wayne State campus. So you'll probably be seeing more of them in the coming semesters. But, Kaplan's always hiring and looking to hire more positive, social people that are not afraid to, put themselves out there and, present, people who are friendly, right? So if you want to just, share information with people, free information with people, if you want to help out others to succeed in what they're doing, like me personally, I think that as pre-health students, we should all root for each other and try to, make sure that everyone succeeds in whatever they're doing. So I love sharing free information with people just because it's like, it makes me happy to know that someone learned something new that will benefit them in the long run, because I know it, they know it, we can both succeed, So if you want to become a Kaplan student brand ambassador, you can scan this QR code to find out more information about it, or you can visit this website. But let me know if the QR code doesn't work so I can add this in the chat. So basically, how do you benefit from becoming an SBA, right? So this is actually a paid position. So you get paid $15 an hour. And it's a very flexible schedule. So you just have to contribute 5 to 10 hours a week. You typically do more hours during the beginning of the semesters, just because you're going out there and you're trying to lead these club talks with different orgs that you're going to be partnering with, and you're going to be sending out emails and things of the sort. So the beginning of the semester is probably the busiest. But during the summer, there's almost no work. So it's very flexible. So if you're looking for a job, like a side job in addition to whatever you're doing, or just looking to do something more, right, then I would definitely recommend it. I'm working part-time, I'm involved in research, and I'm still able to manage this. So it's definitely flexible, and a flexible schedule, and very manageable. So if you're okay to learn something new, if you're okay to just get out there and present in front of people, you don't have to have experience, okay? Neither do you have to be trained, or you don't have to be happy to present. This is something, presenting in front of others can be a little stressful, right? But, with experience and with just doing it more often, those, that stress is kind of going to slowly wear out, right? So you're obviously going to go through training and everything of the sort. So if anyone has any questions in regards to becoming an SBA, is interested in becoming an SBA, just reach out to me. I would be more than happy to answer any questions. I've actually been with Kaplan since my freshman year. So I've been with them for a few years now to know enough about Kaplan. So yeah, just, shoot me a text, or I guess a message. I'm going to provide my Instagram handle in the coming slide, or you can also shoot me an email. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. But I don't think I mentioned the most important thing, which is that you receive a free Kaplan test prep course up to $2,499. So, when you're going to start prepping for that, and for whichever test that you're going to be prepping for, you're basically guaranteed a free course, right? So that's another benefit of becoming a Kaplan SBA. Yes, so like I said, just let me know if you guys have any questions. This is my email, and this is my Instagram handle. I think there's a message in the chat. Let's see. Oh, yes, Mohammed is on top of his thing today. All right. So if nobody has any questions, you are free to go and just, shoot me an email or a message in case you do have any questions. And thank you so much to everyone for being here. I know it's a Wednesday night, and I'm sure a lot of you have some homework or wherever you can get catch up on, or classes. So thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope that you guys found it useful. No problem.